uncle who was working in IIT Chennai. He has a son whom he brought up with great deal of determination and discipline. He almost brought him up like a computer. There was a time he had to eat, a time to sleep, a time to study, a time to play. And in due course, he went on to become an engineer, went on to become a software professional, now settled in States. In one of those days, when he came back for a vacation, his mother became very sick, my aunt. She was admitted in Mother Hospital, and unfortunately she did not make it. She was diagnosed with a lung infection which was fatal. When she was in hospital, they wanted someone to take care of her as an attendant. Both father and son refused to do so. My brother-in-law did that honors. When the bill was presented for the hospital expenses to the son, he said he didn't bring his credit cards, so he cannot pay. And when she was brought back home for the final rites, my uncle told him, don't go near the body, you might get infection, and your going back to States might get jeopardized. This fellow obeyed him. Today, he's back in States, happily married, and hopefully carrying. And my uncle, he sold his big property in Villacheri, and he lives a very anonymous life in Coimbatore in an old age home. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished. Does this story sound kind of familiar to you?
Yes.
I'm sure it's impossible for you to say no, because somewhere something might be there for you, for sure. And whenever I try to recall this, why did this script probably go wrong? How is that I can tell my children that why don't you be like him? Then it just struck me that probably when the programming was done, my uncle forgot to add the word or the parent called love. And that is why he is probably in an old age home and this guy is relaxing in life. My vision for Toastmasters is to see that all our kids have this one quality called love. If you have this, I'm sure all other qualities like truth, peace, respect, affection, cheerfulness, you name it, it will come automatically. Here I want to share a small story with you. There was this monk who wanted to change the whole world. And as he started with his work, he found that he's not making any progress. Then he narrowed it down and said, okay, let me try my country. The results were same, then he brought it down still to the town level, no change. He said, little smart, he said, okay, let me try my family. The same thing, only thing is that he became old. And he was almost like nearing his death, and then it struck him. Probably if I had changed myself, my family might have changed. Seeing my family, maybe the town would have changed, probably the country, and then maybe the world. You know, Toastmasters, if you want to bring some change in your kids, you need to be the change first. If you don't love, and you expect your children to love, it's never ever going to happen. The second point that I would like to make is that please keep a tab on your kids' friends. It's very essential that most of the kids, they try to make friendship with people with whom they are very comfortable. And it need not be always be positive. And for that, you need to socialize correctly. Have the right kind of friends with you, maybe that will act as a motivation for them. The third thing that which I would like to stress upon is reward and recognize. It's very essential that even the small acts of good deed or any positive things, be a little bit vocal about it. I've seen many parents, they're so strict back home also, I don't know. They can probably loosen up a bit and be more verbal about in their encouragement. The third and the fourth one I would add is that start early, drive slowly, and reach safely. The day you come to know that you are in the family way, try to surround yourself with lots of positivity. It could be in form of just some chants, some storybooks. I remember my wife did that. At least my eldest one is kind of okay with me. The last and most important one is no pains, no gains. You need to make few small sacrifices. Maybe you can go for weekend food. Maybe you can switch off the TV, which is beating away all your quality time. And maybe you can start spending the dinner time together. As they say, the family which eats together stays together. Lastly, we need to find out how our sons are progressing. Are you happy when they make financial progress? Are you happy to see them getting good jobs? Are you happy to see them getting good paychecks? Maybe somewhere along the line, you might think that you're truly happy. But then the love is of two different types. There's something called as selfish love, and there's something called as selfless love. The journey should be from selfish love to selfless love. And if you kind of get stuck in one place, chances are that we might also end up in the old age home. One of my friends, he asked me, do you want your son to become Buddha or Bill Gates? It was tough answering him. Honestly, it was very tough answering him. But I would rather leave for you to answer. Toastmasters.